my channel. In today's episode I'm gonna make a drawing starting with acrylics and then finishing off with colored pencils. This is gonna be different from the other episodes because in the other episodes I used oil paint mostly and on hardwood. For this drawing actually I'm gonna use paper. As a brand I'm going to use SUBSCIBE, it's called. It's a British company. They really make good paper as well, like Faber Castell. But personally, I'm using for this particular drawing, I'm going to use SUBSCIBE. It is 220 GSM, so it's quite a heavy thickness as a paper. Obviously, you can't draw on thin paper for many reasons. First of all, I'm going to use, as I told you, acrylics. And acrylics, you have to be careful because when you're using it on paper, it has a tendency of warping the paper, so it has to be a little bit thick. Then we're going to finish it with colored pencils. So it's going to be different from the ones that we have seen before. Now, as a subject matter, I'm going to draw actually. I'm going to draw a very famous comic character. It comes from the Spawn universe. It's one of the villains of Spawn, which is the clown dash Violator. It's the same. It's like a demon who has two characters in one. How and why did I choose this character? So the story starts in January. There was a competition that Todd McFarlane, who is the owner of Image Comics, which does for prints Spawn, he wanted to make a competition. It was called Spawn in January, and so I thought I give it a shot. Like, there was 4 categories. The one that I was interested in was the villains category. I don't know why, but I always have the tendency of opting for these kind of villains, and I prefer them. This was my entry for this competition. Obviously, I didn't expect much, but I enjoyed doing it. It was like a challenge. I like the character. I like Spawn. And I have comics from the series as well. But as a character, the clown, and I like it. So I never drew it. I never had the chance to draw it, and I said, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I really enjoyed it. What I have to say is, in this competition, there was like a little bit of a, how can you say, lots of talk about it, because especially where the section that I was competing was one of the winners. Many have said and that it was made by the winning entry was made with AI. Now, it was written in the rules. It didn't have to be traditional, it could be also digital, but not using AI. Now, regarding AI, there are lots of talk right now. It's a new thing. Many people are saying various things, who is pro, who is against it. In fact, I think that I will be doing an episode just for that. My intention is that this YouTube channel won't be just me drawing, but also making some discussions, so you can also participate and say and comment, and we'll make like a discussion about these things. And I think it's going to be the first topic that we're going to that I want to tackle. I'll say my opinion, and then obviously you can all say what's your view about this one. Now, the thing is, which really bothers me, or not bothers me actually, which gives me like keep me thinking is the winning entry, as I said, one of them was made, or they were saying that it was made by AI, others say no, even the artist said no, it was done by Procreate on iPad. But the thing is, if like a company like Image Comics, which has lots of, how do you say it, experience about these things. And one of the things is that if AI is going to take over the work of an artist or not, if you can see what art which is made AI or by hand or by a person, if Image Comics had a problem to define and see which ones are made with digitally or traditionally by a man or a human, and or made by AI by a machine, and they did, and for this competition they didn't realize. So how come many artists are saying that AI is not going to be a problem for their job? So I think, just to hush it up a little bit, then we'll, as I said, we'll discuss it in a separate episode. The problem is with time, I think it's the line between AI and humanly made artworks, be it traditional or being with Procreate or digital or whatever, it's going to be a very thin line that we won't notice which are which and which is the other one. So these are all professionals, as I said, like Todd McFarlane and his company Image Comics, and they didn't realize or see which ones were human made and they are made. That's my point. If they didn't realize them, it's going to be very, very difficult in the future with technology every month advancing. So I would like to leave you now with the walkthrough, and see you afterwards. I wanted to point out that first I started the drawing by doing a sketch, a pencil sketch. I made it only on one side, and then I flipped it and traced it on the other side, because then I made some tweaks from one side to another. So it started with a pencil sketch. Then, as I said, I transferred it on the paper, and I worked on acrylics. Acrylics, as usual, I work with Winsor. As colored pencil goes, I like to use Faber Castell. For me, they are not too, how do you say it? They're not too soft. I tried Carantash. For me, they are a little bit too soft, and I prefer Faber Castell because they're quite medium, and as a tip, it's quite medium. And then I finished it off also with a little bit of acrylics. So as you can see, pencil colors work well on acrylics, and even you can retouch a little bit with acrylics on pencils. You have to be careful, but as I said on the other episodes, you can start with acrylics and then turn to oil. But on the other hand, you can't turn from oil to acrylics. You can't put acrylics on oils. So with pencils you don't have that problem. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.